You ever have one of those days in trading where you just seem to make multiple mistakes and they compound on top of each other? Well, I'm having one of those days. This is 8 of 20 trades where I'm going through to find consistency. Now, I made a couple mistakes and I'm going to break it down for you, and it was all psychological. I mean, it plays with you. It really does. But I'm currently in the trade. I'm at least brought myself back up. I'm up some money, so I'm trying to make it back, but I made multiple mistakes. So through this video, I'm going to take you through what those were, why I made them, and how it can help you going forward in your trading. You see, I entered down here originally. When we started to pop up, I got in. Let's see my trades that I made, right? So I originally got in at 47.47. I got 3 contracts. So 47.47, right around here. When we had the nice push up here, yeah, this is actually when it was. Right up here, I had a nice push, volume over the 15-minute. This is on the S&P 500 futures. And I was like, okay, I'm going to enter. Now, look at this red line. That's where I had my stop, and you can see I lose $86. Now, I had originally set my stop at 47.39 because I didn't want to lose more than like $120, but I wanted to give myself some room for it to play out. Now, that would have been perfect. It would have been an amazing trade. Look at this come down and touch perfectly on it. Why did I move my stop up? Because I've lost the last like 3 trades in a row. And emotionally and kind of just psychologically, I was looking at this trade, and because it didn't go my way right away, we can see it kind of came up here and comes down. We have an indecision candle, and then we had this, it kind of pops up and comes back down. I started to get a little bit worried and think, oh, what if this ends up coming all the way down here and I end up getting knocked out? I want to save myself some money here and not waste it all, right? And not lose as much as I possibly can here. Maybe I'll raise my stop a little bit in case this trade doesn't go my way. Wrong thing to do. If you've ever done that, don't do that. So what do? I raise my stop because I have the 3 previous losers in my mind, right? And I didn't want to lose as much money. Now, what do I keep repeating on these trades as I'm going through them? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. And it's actually a small amount of money. I mean, I'm up 300 on another trade today on another platform I have. This is small amount of money, right? And it still gets to me. So that's just something that you're probably dealing with. So I raise my stop and look at this. Exactly comes down and touches it. Now I always find this funny with every broker I've ever used. When you're coming up to get that profit, it somehow doesn't catch and comes back down and it never went. But when you're getting that stop loss, they're real quick to make that trade go through. So throw a like if you've ever had that happen to you. Anyways, it perfectly comes down here. And I lose $86, and then the trade does exactly what I wanted to do in the first place. So now you're sitting here going, darn. We get even more volume here. So I think, okay, you know what? I'm going to get into the trade because this is still setting up exactly how I want it to be. I don't want this to be something that I just let go, and I only lost 86, so I still have a little bit of room here. So I enter into the trade again, 47.51. So right here. Get the volume, get the push. I'm over the 15 EMA still. So I enter right on here. Now we start to come up. I sell off one at 4 points, which is what I always do. And I make some 1876. Okay, great. Okay, we're getting a really nice push, which is good. We can see the volume coming up a little bit. I'm looking at the 5-minute. I also have a 1-minute over here just looking at the SPY, because these are the futures for the S&P 500. And then over here I have a 15-minute. So once a trade's actually working for me, okay, and we're going along, I want to basically take a look at the 15-minute and look across. This isn't just, if you're just day trading, look across at the 15 and see where are the big red candles. So we can see here, there's some big red candles, right? And obviously this was at some point a level. We had the market come up, indecision, and then a couple big candles coming down with some volume. So obviously previously that was a bit of a level, something happened. So because I have 2 more contracts on, I want to kind of paint my first target. I did get the 4 contracts, or as soon as I get 4 points, I just take one off. And then once we're going to get to this next target, I want to take one off as well. So I don't want to go to the tippy top of it over here. I don't want to say, okay, we're going to hit that target of 4771 because that's where it turned. I want to be more in this meat of the move level because I don't want to be greedy and think, okay, well, I'm going to get the tip. I want to get kind of just that nice movement so that I'm not getting ahead of myself here and I can actually take profit as they come. So that on this line, 47, 6650. I'm just going to say sell. So I'm going to sell one up here. The fact that we're getting a nice green volume push is really good. We can look over at the ask as well. If you see higher numbers on the ask and big pushing like that and more movement on the level 2, then usually that's a good sign. So we're seeing kind of, 102, a nice push there, 145, 38, 121. You can see how we're seeing nice pushes there. So hopefully we can get, because the ask is telling you that people are just hopping in right away on market and they're just getting in, right? So they're just saying, hey, I want to get in at market. I want it to go through. So we'll see what happens. I don't want it to stall out here. We are pretty extended over the 1. I don't want to be too greedy on this move. I'm just going to bring it down and sell it right there because I'm close enough. And I don't want it to pin bar right here and flip back around. If we did get a really good push of volume and a really good push, then maybe I could have stayed with it and just let it go. But we can see there, we're already starting to tumble. So taking that off right there and making another 48, that's, for me, that's a good move. I don't want to wait for, an extra $5, $10 and then see this thing turn around and come all the way down. I'm basically just going to leave that there because now I have a profitable trade. I don't want to see too much of my profits erode, but I do want to give this a bit of a chance. We have the 15 EMA here. If we bounce nicely off of that on the 1 minute, continue higher, I would just continue raising and raising as we moved along. So that's basically it for the trade. And I'll post here how much I actually ended up making profit on the day. So far right now, realized 55, have an opportunity. I'm up 98 at least on the trade. So lots of lessons here in this one. And I think the biggest lesson would be don't let your previous trades dictate how you're trading today. I let my previous trades and my previous losers, which you can watch on my channel, dictate how I traded today because I wanted to save myself a bit of money and I ended up losing more money than I would have normally made. And that's what these 20 trades are all about. Follow along if you wanna learn more and follow me along for the 20 trades. I'll catch you on the next one.